Do you ever feel anxiety about getting a really hard question in front of a really big group of people? Well, of course. There's more tension, there's more perceived judgment when the crowd is bigger and everybody's watching, and you've been put on stage as the alleged expert in this area. So you should know the answer, right? Well, I was coaching a client this morning, and she was expressing to me that she felt a 10 out of 10 on the anxiety scale during the Q&A for that reason. I said, well, first of all, not everyone knows everything about everything, right? There are times where you're going to have great answers, and probably 9 out of 10, you will have the answers. You're the product manager and the expert in this area. But that one time that you don't exactly know, you just switch hats, take off the expert hat and put on the facilitator hat. I will go get that for you. I promise. Here's how I'm going to do it. So I had another suggestion for her, though, just to reduce that anxiety a little bit. I said, think of 2 or 3 questions they're probably going to ask that you might not have a great answer for. And she thought for a second. Well, they could ask about this, why isn't this one feature done yet? It's kind of half baked right now, and it's not really on the roadmap yet. But some people will find that important for these reasons. Said, okay, good. So let's rewind in your presentation back to where you were talking about the roadmap. I want you to pause for a second when you're done with that slide and introduce this technique. It's called you may be thinking. Now, you may be thinking, why haven't we prioritized that feature on the roadmap for these reasons and the functionality and et cetera, et cetera? Well, here's where we're at. And here's where we're going. And if enough of you tell me that it's important, I'll make sure it's prioritized on the next release. So you've basically asked and answered the question in a preemptive fashion, in a spot where it makes sense, in context where they might be thinking it. And you just say, you may be thinking. Ask the question, answer it yourself. And then you at least won't get surprised later in the open Q&A where somebody launches that and everyone else is like, yeah, what's the answer to that? So that's one technique. It's called you may be thinking. And I want you to think about where in your presentation you might have disagreement, debate, something that's controversial, sensitive, anything where the audience is going to maybe have some tough questions in their mind, and reach in, grab them, pull them out, and answer it in a place where you're under control. You've already prepared a semi-scripted answer, and you will look more confident, credible, and respectful on stage about getting good answers out to this audience because you care that they get what they need. So you may be thinking, try it out in your next presentation. And if you have a question about presenting in a business setting, whether it's on stage, at a conference, internally, all hands meetings, no matter the scenario, I would love to field your tough questions and provide an answer right here on the David Goad Show. Thanks for watching.